The ego, it says, makes illusions. Truth undoes its evil dream by shining them away. Wasn't that what the Father said? The flowers and the candles, they protect us, not the hate. Not the hate. Truth never makes attack. It merely is. It stands in silent strength in the face of all the lies. And in that face, the lie is dissipated. And by its presence is the mind recalled from fantasies, awaking to the real. And isn't that what Jesus did? Wasn't that his example? You know, he called that truth in some of the most difficult times of the world. And that's why we remember him. He didn't have a big successful ministry in the world's terms, you know. He didn't lead an army and attack and have great victories, but he was victorious over the world in a way that was so powerful through love. I mean, how powerful that is. So then it goes on to say, so what? How do we do it? Forgiveness bids this presence enter in and take its rightful place within the mind. What is forgiveness? Again, the Course often says that forgiveness is like a selective remembering based not on your selection. I love that line because it's remembering the truth when you cannot do it. He's always saying, now wait a minute. Remember what God is thinking that you are not thinking, and what you are not thinking that God is thinking about this person or situation or circumstance and event, and change your mind, the Course says, to think with him. And you go, but all the facts are saying otherwise. It does not matter what the facts say. It does not matter what the world says, because that is the illusion. That is the fantasy. And no matter how much illusion we give power to or how much fantasy we believe in, it's still an illusion and it is still a fantasy. Truth is what is real. Forgiveness bids this presence, this reality, truth, to enter in and take its rightful place within the mind. Without forgiveness, without that awareness, without that correction back to our truth, to love, without forgiveness is the mind in chains, believing in its own futility. Think about that. We believe when we are angry, when we are judgmental, when we are grievance-filled, when we are fearful, it's telling us, doesn't it feel futile? It feels hopeless. What are we going to do? What is going to happen when we're trying to separate people out, when we're trying to keep them, under our thumb? It's almost impossible. When you are working from a mentality of fear, which is what all of these societies right now work from, maybe even our own society is working from, a mentality of fear, we're doomed. If we are working from a mentality of fear, we are doomed. So the only way that we can succeed, the only way that we can truly live is from a mindset of freedom. And the only way we're going to get there through a world of chains is, as the Course would say, is through forgiveness here. It is critical that we learn how to bring our minds to love in the face of fear and hate and attack.